Is it misogynistic to refuse to help your wife cook for a large group after you've already agreed to pay for catering? Let's read this true Reddit story from r/am I the bad guy to find out more. Am I the bad guy for refusing to help cook after my wife canceled my catering order? This weekend my wife and I are hosting a retirement party for my mom. We are expecting around 20 people. We are splitting the cost of food and beverages with my brother and his wife. During the planning process, I told everyone that I wanted to get the event catered so that no one had to spend a bunch of time in the kitchen cooking for 20 people. Everyone agreed this was a good idea and I told them I would take care of it. I placed the catering order last weekend. My wife and sister-in-law have been handling the logistics, and when I told them the cost of the catering, about $300, my sister-in-law made a comment about that being too high. I told her it comes to about $15 per person, which is basically getting everyone fed for the price of a fast food combo meal, but with much better food. Sister-in-law said that we could save a lot of money if we just cooked ourselves instead. The reason cost is an issue for her is that they just welcomed their second child 2 months ago, and I guess they are feeling a bit pinched financially. I explained to her again my reasoning behind wanting it catered because I don't want anyone to be burdened with cooking for a large group, and that I will gladly pay a bit more than our fair share if that makes her feel better. That seemed to ease her mind. Unbeknownst to me, sister-in-law and my wife continued talking about it, and she had taken it upon herself to plan an entire meal that we would cook ourselves for half the price of the catering order. Without discussing anything with me, they decided to cancel the catering order and just cook ourselves. My wife told me this last night. When my wife told me their plan, I asked them who would be doing the cooking, and she said me and her because sister-in-law and my brother would probably have to be watching their kids. I told her that since she and sister-in-law made this decision on their own, I am not going to help with the cooking at all. I said I would gladly watch the kids while my wife and sister-in-law cook the entire meal for everyone. She told me that I am being a jerk and sexist if I think that I can just refuse to help and make the women do all the cooking. I told her that she and sister-in-law are the ones who went behind my back and canceled the catering order, so they get to be the ones who figure the new plan out, but I'm not helping. She said that sister-in-law was concerned about the cost and that sister-in-law confessed she was worried about money. I told her that's exactly why I had offered to pay more, but apparently that wasn't enough, and that sister-in-law and my wife just needed to be in control of this for some reason. She told me I need to be more understanding of my brother and sister-in-law's financial situation, and that cooking isn't that big of a deal, especially when we can all save some money. I told her that since it's not a big deal, she and sister-in-law will have no problem spending as much time as it takes to cook for everyone while I will entertain the rest of the guests. She told me I'm being an unreasonable jerk for not helping. Am I the bad guy here?
No, you are not the bad guy in this situation. You all had a plan, and that plan was changed without your consent. It wasn't a minor change. It was a change that would have you spending a lot of time and energy when you want to be entertaining your guests. There is nothing sexist about your behavior at all, and throwing that term around so loosely is pretty low. Your sister-in-law got everything she wanted. She saved money on the event, and she doesn't have to cook. At this point, you can either call the catering company to see if they're still available and insist with your wife that you use them. You can stick to your decisions and not cook at all and hope that sister-in-law picks up the slack. Or you can suck it up and cook with your wife if she has to do it alone. Otherwise, the resentment will spill over into the party when the focus should be on your mom. So listeners, what are your thoughts on this situation? Leave your comments below.